Hello and good afternoon, Sunway. You're listening to Fillet O Friday only on Sun4U Radio, the brightest campus radio. Hi guys, it's Eunice here, and the show you're tuning in is Hot Take Highway, where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news ride with no speed limits. Alright, music lovers, listen up. If you're looking to unwind and enjoy some beautiful melodies, mark your calendars for a music recital featuring Sebastian Novak, who will be playing the violin, and Victoria Audrey Sarawati, who will be the pianist on 19 July Saturday at 7 p.m. in Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences Gallery. And most importantly, admissions is free. So what are you waiting for? Grab on your friends and close ones to experience a memorable night of musical brilliance. To register and for more inquiries, you can visit our highway highlight only on Sun4U official. Up next, a special fundraising campaign for the Orang Asli at Kampung Sungai Juda is kicking off soon, and it's a fantastic way to make a real difference in our community. This initiative is a collaborative effort by Sunway College, their Center for Continuing Education, and SULAM, which stands for Service Learning Malaysia University for Society. So, what's the goal? This campaign aims to provide much needed support for the Orang Asli community. They are looking to put together gift packs specifically for Orang Asli students to help with their education, and food packs for 50 families to ensure they have essential supplies. The official launch event for this fundraising campaign is happening on Thursday, July 24th, right here at the observation deck, Sunway College. Remember, every single contribution, big or small, goes a long way. And here's a bonus, all donations are tax exempted. Hey Sunway Business School students, feeling that pre-exam stress creeping in? Wishing you had more hours in a day to study? Well, we've got just the thing for you. Join Dr. Chris Chow this Tuesday, July 22nd from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at JC3 Sunway University for a fantastic session on time management and study strategy for examination. Learn how to conquer procrastination, prioritize like a pro, and make your study sessions super efficient. It's your chance to manage time, reduce stress, and ace those upcoming exams. Don't miss out. To register, kindly visit our highway highlight only on our social Sun4U official for a smarter, less stressful exam season. And for the following news is for all science enthusiasts and curious minds. Get ready for a fascinating dive into the world of materials with the Sunway University ECRN seminar series. This Tuesday, July 22nd from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Join Professor Stan Mertens from Lancaster University, UK, as he explores electrochemical material science. Professor Mertens will showcase how electrochemistry can be used to fine-tune material properties at various levels, from large-scale structures down to single molecules. Discover how this research is pushing the boundaries in self-assembled molecular system, nanoswitches, and energy materials. This is an incredible opportunity to hear from a leading expert in the field. The seminar will be held at Lecture Theatre 2, Sunway College. To secure your spot, simply scan the QR code from our highway highlight on Sun4U official, or check out the Sunway University ECRN events page. Don't miss the chance to expand your scientific horizons. See you there! For our very last news, it's also for all piano enthusiasts and music lovers out there. This Saturday, July 19, which is tomorrow, you have a unique opportunity to attend a piano masterclass with the incredibly talented young Steinway artist Hao Ziyo. Imagine learning from one of the rising stars in the piano world. This masterclass is happening at the Steinway Gallery Petaling Jaya, located on level 3 of Wisma Bentley Music in Mutiara Damansara. Whether you are a budding pianist or just appreciate breathtaking music, this is an event you won't want to miss. It's a rare chance to witness a world-class artist at work and gain insights into their craft. Spaces might be limited, so be sure to register quickly, you can find the registration link, and for more information, you can visit our highway highlight on Sun4U official. And that wraps up for today's Hot Take Highway, where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news ride with no speed limits. I'm Eunice, and you're listening to Sun4U Radio.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on. Memories never change.
You're tuning in to 2 Cents by Two Friends, the show where we throw in our totally unqualified but highly passionate takes on weekly topics. I'm your host, Jerica.
I'm the other host, May, and this week we're looking at dating apps. Are they the start of something real or just the start of a new form of heartbreak? Let's get into it.
All right. So, first of all, I have to be really honest right here. I have never touched dating apps before. Like, I don't feel the need to, therefore, I'm not on any of those dating apps. How about you? I'm pretty sure you have your own experience on dating apps, huh?
I have quite a few. Honestly, I think dating apps used to be like really fun for me because like, you get to meet new people and you can make new friends. Like it's not necessarily just for dating, but I kind of stopped using them after my last situationship.
Oh, you want to tell us more about that?
So,
Or
I mean, I kind of matched with a senior from our university, and we went on a few, I wouldn't say dates, but it's kind of like lunch meetings. And then, like, I mean, I thought it was going well until he told me he wasn't ready for a relationship. And a week
Yikes.
later, he got into an actual relationship with someone else.
ouch. Okay, yeah, you see why I'm not on dating apps now? Well, I mean, here that's why this whole like experience just poses this question that I have, which is, are people on them for love, validation, or is it just vibes? Like, are people actually on there for a specific reason? Because I think that people are just mostly desperate, and therefore they just turn to dating apps just that they couldn't, look for somebody. But how about you? What do you think?
I think that I think they're mostly on there for vibes. Like even though like some people do actually want to find someone, but I think it's mostly just the vibes. Like people just want to find someone they can hang out with, someone who doesn't think they're weird.
Okay, so I have another question. So do you think that meeting people organically is better or worse? Or do you think that, dating apps, are they better to meet people with, or is it like worst?
I vote dating apps are better.
I I have to say that dating apps are worse. But okay, go ahead. State your point.
All right. So, let's say that you're an introvert or you have social anxiety. So, you can't really meet people organically because you would literally shut down.
Mhm.
So, like, I think dating apps are kind of better because it's online, it's through a screen. Even though it's not considered organic, you're still having an organic human connection, Like,
Mhm.
you're talking to another person.
Okay. But here's the I feel like on dating apps, you have to trust the person across the screen. You know what I mean? It's like people could put like things in their bio, like saying how they go to the gym every day, and you just have to believe that. Like, they just put things out there just for like their target audience, you know what I mean? Just so that they could find the type that they
Wow.
want. You have to believe them. Like, they could just be lying for all
Like
That's why I think
catfishes?
that, meeting people organically just seems more genuine. It's like they get to show their true selves. You get to see and feel their vibes in first person. So I think that meeting people organically is just, yeah, it's just much better.
Well, okay. Let's kind of look at this from a different perspective. What if it's not the dating apps that's the problem? What if it's the people?
Honestly, I was just thinking that, it's like, yeah, like all the points that I just stated is like, the people on dating apps are kind of the issue, right? So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I think most of the things that you were talking about, like what makes dating apps like not good, is like the people. Like you're saying that people could, lie and catfish. That's actually the people, and it's not the dating apps.
Yeah, you're not wrong, because like the dating apps just serves its purpose as a platform where people come together, they meet new people, and maybe, allow people to date. And maybe the issue really is just the people, right?
So are we agreeing that dating apps are not the problem?
Maybe it's just the people. Well, I think that that's all the time we have for today, but to conclude, Whether you like or hate dating apps, let's all agree that dating is just hard in general. So let's not judge people based on their choices when it comes to dating. Just live and let live.
Live and let live. Yep.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
You're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U. I'm your host Jin, and today we bring to you a special segment with a special guest. So would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Sandra to our show. Hello Dr. Sandra, how are you today?
I'm good, Jin. How are you?
I'm also very good today. Now, let's begin. Maybe you can start by introducing yourself to our listeners.
Okay. So as Jin was saying, my name is Dr. Sandra Kormanikam. I'm a historian and academic. I work at the Erasmus University of Rotterdam in the Netherlands for the last 10 years or so now. But I've been trained in different countries, and I worked before in Singapore, I worked before in Frankfurt, and I did my PhD at the ANU in Australia.
Okay. Now, could you start maybe by telling us a bit about your academic journey and like what led you to focus on history, but more specifically the history of Malaya?
I think there was always something that I was interested in. When I was in secondary school in Damansara Jaya, we had a really good history teacher who was very funny, this lady, and she just brought out the subject in a very kind of interesting manner and a very kind of human manner. And then when I went to the university, when I went for my undergraduate, and this was in Los Angeles, I did a double degree in history and economics. And it was really surprising to me to go to, at that point, what is, a brand new country for myself, the United States, go to their library and see all of these history books on Malaya and Malaysia. And to me, this was really kind of an eye-opener that, one could actually study this as a field of study. And it also felt that like it brought me closer to home.
Okay, now you have a book titled Taming the Wild, which came out in 2015. So the book explores how colonial powers constructed ideas of race, particularly regarding the Orang Asli and the Malay race. Now, could you explain to our listeners a bit, like, what is the book about briefly, and maybe what sparked your initial interest in that topic?
I think my initial interest began just as many Malaysians in ideas of race and how, as a society, we think about many people in terms of ethnicities and in our own lingo, calling it as well race. I think growing up, I didn't really have very much knowledge about Orang Asli, and then to find out through my historical work that there's a whole field of study actually on Orang Asli that began very, very early in the 1800s, actually even earlier in the 1700s, was really quite amazing to me. And I began to read more about these studies and began to learn more about these studies and also this very kind of underknown group in Malaysia. And through that, I also began to think about how it is that a lot of the ways in which we think about ethnicity is very much constructed. It's not something that's very natural. It's actually something that came about through various practices and various knowledges through a long, long time. And for Orang Asli communities, they have also borne the brunt of a lot of this ethnic construction and racial construction, especially from Europeans. And this is where my book tries to explore the beginnings of this in the 1800s to the early 1900s. Yeah.
Now, did you face any challenges when writing this book? Because it does deal with sensitive issues like race, marginalization, and identity.
I think sometimes history can escape with some things because it's not really talking about the present. It's not talking about development in the present or talking about land rights in the present. So I think when it comes to history, a lot of the things that I deal with or that I critique or analyze have to do with Europeans and what they did in the early part of our history, despite the fact that a lot of these practices, a lot of these knowledges have been carried over in the post-colonial era. So at the time of writing my book, I don't think I had very much very much difficulty at all. The main difficulty was finding resources because in terms of the history of Orang Asli, there's not really a one-stop shop that you can try and access some of that material. So you really have to go through a lot of old documents very slowly and read everything and trying to find things that might relate to Orang Asli. And there was no, this was just, we had the internet, of course, in the 2000s, but it wasn't such that you can just search very easily for material on the web. So a lot of things was took a lot of time.
Now, can I add to that? What kind of feedback did you get on when your book was released?
I think the feedback was very positive. I think most people thought that there was really just not enough material to write a history of Orang Asli. And then I think to the surprise of some people when looking at what I had culled together from various sources, that this was possible to write a history. I think the history itself, of course, was based on what other people had said because many Orang Asli communities do not have their own written records that have survived all this time. So it is a very kind of one-sided view. But as a historian, we try and read against the grain. We try and make sure that we contextualize the information such that a kind of very full history comes out about what these communities went through and how they were studied in history.
I have another question actually.
Yeah, please.
Did you get any feedback specifically from the Orang Asli community, given the book was a bit about them?
No. So this is part of also the difficulties of trying to communicate research results. I think in most of the times I've gotten feedback from other Malaysians. Mostly other Malaysians. I'm not necessarily sure whether they were Orang Asli themselves. I know that my book has been used by scholars who study Orang Asli rights and try to use some of the material, for instance, for court cases that try and fight for land rights. But that's a good question. I don't think I've had specific feedback from Orang Asli communities, not that I am aware of at least.
I see. Now we're going to pivot a bit. So now you're now doing your research on the history of the Japanese occupation and sort of the development of racial and genetic discourses in now post-war Malaysia. Could you give us an idea as to what we can expect or what you expect to uncover from doing this research?
Yeah, I think the Japanese occupation is a very interesting period because it's a bit difficult to study. Actually, it's very difficult to study. I don't speak or read Japanese, so I have to rely a lot on other people to do the translation for me. But it's a very pivotal period in Malaysia's history, especially for the history, I guess, of all of Southeast Asian countries. And it's also someplace, in a way, like a black hole when you talk about historical scholarship, because it's so difficult to study. Sometimes what we do is we skip over some of these years and then move on to the post-war period. What I was actually trying to look at and how that relates to my work on genetic studies is to see how medical doctors actually from the pre-war period into the Japanese occupation and post-war actually played a very pivotal role in kind of understanding what it is to be the people of Malaysia. And what I hope to do is to try and have a bit more of an overall understanding of the history of medicine of Malaysia, starting from maybe the colonial time to Japanese occupation and post-war period. And the Japanese occupation is very interesting because of certain very high-profile Japanese individuals who actually studied in Malaya before then and then ended up taking up roles in the administration. So I also see the Japanese as well as Western colonization as playing a role in shaping Malaya's medical history.
Now, do you think it's important for, say, today's youth to sort of explore these post-war narratives?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's always important to see what you can find out about your past and in relation to yourself. I think, I mean, for myself, at least, this is part of my impetus of studying various facets of history. And I think the different emphases that I have throughout my career has changed because I wanted to find out different things, not only about other people, but also about myself. And studying history and studying different parts of history is a way of doing that. So I think for youth today, I mean, post-war narratives is probably the most closest historical period to them. For me, it was the colonial period, and now a lot of people are studying Cold War and things like this. So, I think it's definitely important.
Do you think that it's sort of maybe an unpopular topic nowadays, especially history? Because I think in Malaysia, though in the government schools we do learn about, especially, but not much about that era actually. It's really covered in only a really small part, but it's such an important moment in our history. So, do you think that maybe there could be something done about that? Maybe.
You mean to increase the interest in history?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I'm not sure how history is taught in or what kind of role it plays in the curriculum nowadays in secondary schools or in primary schools. Is it compulsory up until the end of secondary school?
It's compulsory.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, in general, history doesn't always get a lot of people studying it. If you are interested in it, it's more that you have an intrinsic interest. And I think my fascination with history really began in university when I had good teachers and people who really showed me how history is a way of analyzing the present. It's really a way of engaging with the present and in a way, making you see that what is the way in which we live today, the way in which we think, has not always been this way. And for me, that's very powerful. To say that things have not always been this way, it means there's also a possibility for change in the future. So for me, this is why history is important, because people can tell you all kinds of things about what happened in history. It may or may not be true. Find out for yourself. Try and research it for yourself. Are there different viewpoints on this? Then the next time your father says, people used to do this back in the day and it was good, you can say, well, actually, not all of them did that.
Yeah. Now, Doctor, you're also the new associate editor of the Journal of the Malaysian branch of the Royal Asiatic Society. Now, what direction do you hope to take this journal in?
Well, I'm an associate editor along with another associate editor, Dr. Helen Ting. So both of us are part of the new team. And I'm really happy to be back on this editorial team. I was a part of it a couple of years ago. But I think what we're really hoping for is to kind of revitalize it, to let people know that the journal is one of the oldest journals, one of the oldest academic journals in Malaysia and Singapore. It still has a very good reputation. It has a reputation for mostly publishing material that relates to history. And I think what we want to advertise more is that it's not just about history, it's about studies to do with Malaysia, Brunei and Singapore, but anything to do with the Malay world. But also studies that have a very kind of inquisitive and humanities type approach. So what we hope for is to invite younger scholars, newer scholars to know about us and to send us submissions that we can then publish.
Okay. Now, just to end on a more personal note, Doctor, how has your research into Orang Asli and colonial racial knowledge changed your own sort of relationship with Malaysia or your sort of own identity?
I think research has always been a way for me to maintain ties with Malaysia in a way. So I left Malaysia when I was 17 to pursue my studies. I come back every year almost, even though I haven't lived here since I was 17. But I think the research is part of that way of just continually discovering where I've come from and where I've grown since then. But also studying Orang Asli and colonial racial knowledge also makes me appreciate different groups in Malaysia. Growing up without really any contact with Orang Asli, it was really new to me, and I'm continually learning about the ways that different peoples in Malaysia live and how their histories have been constructed and the challenges that they face today.
Okay, I think that is all for this interview. Thank you so much, Doctor, for dropping by our radio and giving us this interview. We want to wish you from Sun4U team like the best in your future ventures or your future research. So thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Jin.
All right, now you're listening to Fillet O Friday. I guess so.
Good morning, Sunway students, staff, and listeners from beyond. You're tuning in to Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Welcome to Across the Causeway, the segment where we talk about the life, laughs, and lessons of students adjusting to a new culture as they move to study on campus.
I'm Jin from Petaling Jaya, Malaysia.
And I'm Joy from Singapore.
I'm V from Vietnam.
And we're here to unpack the real student experience from someone not across a causeway, but across a sea. So let's all give a warm welcome to our special guest today, V.
Woo!
Thank you.
Welcome. V, so this is a question we ask everyone that comes in. It's not in the script. How did you come to campus today?
How I come? Okay. I use a bus here today.
Oh, bus.
Cause I stay with my friend's house nearby, and they just provide a bus for the resident there, so just follow the bus.
So is it the free shuttle bus?
Yes, it's a free shuttle bus.
Okay. So the traveling all okay, all good.
Yeah, it's very short travel, like 5 minutes away from school.
Wow. Okay, so I think everyone by now knows what Across the Causeway is about, where we bring people not from Malaysia, or people who aren't born and raised here to come to our segment and talk about, their background and the culture shocks that happens when they study in Kuala Lumpur.
So V, I think we can start. Could you start by maybe telling our listeners a bit about yourself, maybe introduce yourself, where you're from, your background a little bit?
Okay, so you guys already know my name is V, and I'm from Vietnam, and then I was born and raised in Ho Chi Minh City.
Wow.
In Vietnam. Maybe you heard about Saigon as well. It's another name to call my city. And I actually come to Malaysia since 2019, but stay and started at Sunway Johor Bahru instead of KL because of
Johor Bahru.
Yeah. And then after that, I moved to KL for my degree.
Oh, I see. So, Ho Chi Minh, if I'm not mistaken, is to the south of Vietnam, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it
you're right.
Yes.
Yes.
My geography is still quite good.
Ho Chi Minh is great.
So you moved first, you said, to Johor.
Yeah.
So why did you go to Johor Bahru? Because I think that's it's quite an interesting choice, I think.
Why is it an interesting choice? You have something against Johor Bahru?
I don't know.
Liang Yin is listening to this right now.
I don't know. I'm curious. No, most
It's a
people
really long story, but I'm trying to make sure it's like I was the first plan were actually taking degree in Singapore because my family was staying in Singapore instead. But then a lot of things happened here and there, and a lot of reasons. So in a very short period of time, we have to decide to either stay in Singapore or move to Malaysia. And then at the end, we decided to move to Malaysia, but then they still working in Singapore.
So
So
Johor Bahru is
Johor Bahru is case.
Yeah. Was it primary reason? Because the primary reason why people like stay in Johor and study or work in Singapore is to utilize the exchange rate. Was that a plan?
Not really. It's just because it's mostly because my family has been working for Singapore for a really long time, and then it's not really a good thing to decide like to quit the job right away.
I see.
So just yeah.
Okay, so of course you decided to pursue your degree and you decided to come to Sunway University for university, and we're all from Sunway. Could you tell us why you made this choice?
Well, okay, when I was comparing here and there, because it was my only option in Johor. It's very simple of that because Johor Bahru so far is only government school, and Sunway, if I'm not mistaken, it's only international school.
Oh, is it?
If I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
not very well versed in Johor to fact check, but interesting.
I mean, there is a Sunway campus in Johor.
Yeah,
Sunway
yeah,
College,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that how you heard of Sunway University?
Not really. I'm doing a few research to compare a few universities in Malaysia, and then Sunway was one of the best so far that time, and the only option that I can apply in Johor at that moment.
Oh, I see. If I'm not mistaken, Johor actually has a lot of private universities.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
there is.
Southampton University
Yeah,
is there.
Southampton.
for
We have a
example,
friend from Southampton as well.
Yeah, so
I mean, back then.
maybe actually, I'm not sure. Because these are all quite new. They're all
Yeah, they're very new,
They're all
actually.
around Iskandar Putri, Johor.
And then I have a very short period of time to do a research. So
I
maybe
see.
it's
It's like a rush decision.
yeah, it's a right
Do
decision.
you have regrets coming to Sunway?
Not really.
Not really.
I
You
kinda
love it
like
here?
I kind of like it. People are very friendly.
Including us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. But so now you obviously you come from Vietnam, so we're here to talk a bit about sort of maybe the cultural differences between both our countries. So let's start with food.
Okay.
So I heard you were a culinary student.
Oh yes, I am.
Yeah, she cooks very well. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Yes, we
thank you.
finally have a culinary student and not a
Yeah.
BCom student in our radio segment.
It's a bit different culinary. So I guess let's just start with a very straightforward question. Which food is better?
Oh,
damn.
Malaysia or Vietnam?
fight.
Okay, I would say Vietnamese food is
Okay.
healthier,
Oh,
more balanced.
I
than-
agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Strongly
Yeah.
agree.
I've actually been to Vietnam. I've been to
Oh.
and I've tried some of the food there. Yeah.
Which part was
Which
it?
part? I went to
Hanoi?
Hanoi.
Oh,
the
the capital.
Yeah, Hanoi, and I went to the what is the islands called?
Phu?
Ha Long Bay. I went to the
Ha Long
Oh,
Bay.
And
beautiful
Sapa.
place.
It's a
Yeah.
good place. Actually, the three place that he has been, I haven't been.
Oh, really?
Really?
So you never been to Ho Chi Minh?
Yeah, because this one is in the north, one is in the south. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's really
they're so
Isn't
far
Ho
apart.
Chi Minh like the usual tourist place?
Not,
Not
I mean,
really.
I'm not recommend.
I used to work there, so I'm a bit biased.
I mean, the food is very good and so on, but not a lot of place for you to visit and work around.
Okay,
compared
yeah,
to
I guess
other
she's
part.
right. So a lot of expat areas. As
I really like the coffee.
Oh, thanks.
I went to Hanoi. I tried the
Coconut coffee?
The egg coffee.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, egg
Yeah, the
coffee.
egg- I have to say the egg coffee.
Really good.
The hot one tastes like an egg. Because it feels like
yeah,
someone just
it's
cooked it.
different when
Yeah.
it's cold, right?
When it is cold, it tastes okay. But when it's hot, it tastes like I'm drinking egg.
Yeah, different temperatures make it taste different things.
Now they have matcha version as well.
Oh.
And chocolate.
It's evolving.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
coffee
dude.
scene is evolving in Vietnam. My favorite is banh mi.
Oh.
Yeah, so every last time when I used to work there, every morning we'll go down at 7 a.m. and there's this banh mi stall at the street. And then it's just one auntie and her son just giving the auntie. And by 1 hour, every time they open, it always sells out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So have you tried banh mi, Jin?
Banh mi?
Yeah.
Yes.
You,
It's a Malaysian thing.
no, banh mi.
Oh, ban. Oh,
B A N H M
Your
I.
pronunciation, Joy.
I'm not Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Banh mi.
No,
You
actually,
don't see-
I also mistaken that when people would call like, oh, do you want banh mi? I'm like,
Like bread.
is it red? And then it's come out as noodle. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Could you
okay.
explain it? What is the Vietnamese banh mi?
It's a baguette. It's a
It's a baguette. Yeah.
Right.
Vietnamese
Okay.
style
Yes,
baguette.
I did try that. Then yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I did
let me
try.
bring up the
I think
pictures.
that's quite interesting that actually Vietnamese has a lot of French inspiration, maybe because of the history.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
a French
yes.
inspiration. But I don't really like vegetables. But when I eat banh mi, it's so nice.
It's
And I
very
eat
balanced.
every
Okay,
day.
then I can
Yeah.
agree with you. That was this is quite healthy compared
Yeah,
to
this
like,
is really healthy.
you know, like have you tried a Malaysian ramly burger?
Ramly burger.
Like, compared to that, and that is I agree Vietnamese.
But there
healthy.
is one food about Malaysia. In Malaysia, I kind of like and it's like impressed me a lot, which is tempoyak.
tempoyak.
Do you know about tempoyak? I know a
about
lot of
this.
Malaysian don't know about tempoyak.
I know what you mean.
Tempoyak.
tempoyak?
Okay, let me explain it.
Oh,
Okay. Culinary chef here.
yeah,
I
tempoyak.
really like this
Wow,
one.
This one I don't know.
Since I've been eating it since 2020, and I keep like, oh my god.
Where
love
did
it.
you first try tempoyak? Can I first ask?
Yeah.
You first tried it in Johor?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm lucky because my auntie husband is from Sarawak, so I get to try a lot of special local food that not like everyone trying, especially tempoyak. I mean, when I asked my Chinese friend about
Oh,
tempoyak, not a lot of them know about that.
right.
But anyway, tempoyak is like fermented durian.
Fermented durian.
Fermented durian.
They will cook
Wow.
the fermented durian and into soup.
How do I spell this?
Yeah, correct.
Tempoyak.
And usually cook with fish, but I
Wow.
mean tempoyak is fermented durian lah.
That is.
I would say.
Wow. I mean, durian is already so known for its pungent smell. Can you imagine making it fermented as well? That would be. I don't know if I've actually tried tempoyak. I can't say
You
I do-
should try
It looks so
I should try it.
You
good.
should try it. I
It
love
looks
it. I
well,
cook it at home as well.
well, Joy, good. I don't know, Joy.
I love durian.
Visually, it's not the most appealing.
But durian, there's a lot of durians in my house right now.
You cannot eat tempoyak by itself. You have to cook it.
Okay, you have to cook it with something.
Yeah, usually they cook with patin,
What patin?
Oh, okay.
the fish.
Patin I know.
So like
It's like
fermented durian with fish.
fish.
Okay, that's an interesting combination.
Is there anything in Vietnam that comes close to something like tempoyak?
I don't think so. So far, not. That's why I like it.
Oh, okay. I
And
see.
it's yeah.
Wow, tempoyak.
And
I have
then
never actually tried this.
One day maybe, I don't know where
Next
you'll
week,
find
ah?
this. No, what? Next week.
I don't know any place that sells tempoyak as traditional place because I always been eat dish because my uncle cook it
Your
or like
uncle-
someone cook it for me.
Ah, I
But then
see.
in actually there is restaurant in KL. They how do I say this? They develop a dish that pair with tempoyak, but in a higher end way. It's like fine dining way, which is
Oh.
Aka restaurant. Because
Okay.
I intern there, so yeah.
Hakka.
Aka.
Aka.
Aka in the language mean root.
Wood.
Root.
Root. Oh, akar. Okay, akar. Yeah.
Akar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
AKR.
So they make tempoyak into sauce.
Ah.
Okay,
It's-
that's quite
it's
interesting.
Okay, now I'm kind of hungry, even though I
So-
just ate.
But I am curious though, because I think the Vietnamese coffee, right? You guys I think drink it very similar to Malaysia. You guys add condensed milk like us, right?
Oh, talk about coffee.
Yeah.
I would say about culture shock because if you try Vietnamese coffee before in Vietnam, that the it's very thick
Yes.
and very strong, very like wanna punch to your face when you drink it. But then when I come to Malaysia and then I drink Kopi O, I would say
Oh, coffee.
it's like
It's very light.
it's too light
Very
until
watery, is it?
Yeah, very
Too-
watery
yeah.
until
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, am I been serving a wrong type
Wrong
of
type
coffee?
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Because that coffee in Vietnam cannot be sold. I'm so sorry.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think because coffee. I mean, I don't drink coffee. Normally, you just drink coffee ice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Coffee
Coffee
ice.
ice okay.
Yeah, that will be a bit stronger. But coffee, oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
not
it's too light for me. I'm sorry.
yeah, but yeah, there's some similarity.
I do love Vietnamese coffee though. I think it's so good. You can like drink it like a meal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joy. Sure, Joy.
All right. Maybe we can go to the campus life. We can go trace it back to, how does it differ studying in Malaysia compared to maybe when you went high school in Vietnam?
Oh, so much chill. So much more chill compared to my high school. My
Really?
high school was
Wow.
like army every day.
It's like what?
Like army every day.
Army.
Even we have summer break, but our summer break is not being used to take a break from study. It's
To
for
just study.
just to be study more.
Oh, I get what you mean. Because in Singapore, we do go back for like different classes and stuff during
Yeah.
break
During
as
the
well.
break.
Tuition.
Yeah, it's not even a
a
break
lot
actually.
it's like a lot of tuition class, and
So in Vietnam, you guys do have summer breaks, so.
we have summer break for 3 months.
I see. That's quite interesting. The Vietnamese follows that.
That's the format.
Yeah,
The
that format.
structure.
Because in Malaysia, I don't know if you know, we just have scattered school holidays throughout the year.
Yeah.
It'll be like 2 weeks in June, 1 week in August. I mean, last time it was like 1 week in March, 2 weeks in June, 1 more week in August, end of the whole month of December, basically. That's how a Malaysian school holiday system works.
Oh, and a lot of holidays.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
of
a lot
holiday-
of public
We have a lot of
holiday.
public holidays because we have a lot of things.
Sometimes I don't even know, like, oh, do we have like public holiday today? So then
Yeah.
I come to class, nobody there.
Yeah, that happens so many times. So
Yeah,
here
yeah.
is which guy's
and
birthday?
you have to check properly. Like sometimes some public holiday applies to some states only.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Selangor,
especially when we
KL.
stay here.
Here
Yeah.
is actually is not part of KL. So sometimes KL have a public holiday, but,
But we don't
Sunway
get a
shouldn't
public holiday.
should be not off actually.
Yeah, so like people in
Yeah.
APU have public holiday and we are still here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
So it's a
because
bit confusing.
My
yeah.
house is actually in KL, and my brother is studying in KL. So
Also, it gets
sometimes
confusing, right?
yeah,
I
it's confusing
see.
sometimes.
Yeah, it can be learned. That's the thing. We love public holidays, don't we?
Mm,
Yeah.
Subjective.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's just nice to just have a holiday once in a while.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. What?
You have a question?
No, you looked at me, Jordan.
Do you have a question?
Oh, okay. No, okay. V. Right. I guess we have to ask you. Did you notice in a way they say students from both countries? What's the difference between the way they sort of approach maybe like in terms of making friends, socializing, and all those things?
Mm.
For study, I wouldn't say it's so much different because we're still Asians.
She's a point.
Okay.
Making friends, I would say is quite similar in a way, but then I get a little bit struggle at first when I come to Johor Bahru and studying there to make friends, because I would say 90% of the student there is Chinese, so I understand that it's
Wow.
hard for them to
90%.
speak in English. And sometimes it's
Yeah.
not like they not capable in speaking English, but then when you are surrounded with the
They
people that
prefer to speak Chinese. In a
they
way.
unconsciously speak
Yeah,
in Chinese.
I do face that issue too as well.
Okay.
Yes, that's very true.
I mean, like, it's very weird to like stop in the middle of conversation and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand." So, I mean, there's pro and con. The pro is I start to develop how to pick up the sentences and then the Chinese word, the Mandarin words. So I
I
kind of
see.
understand what they are saying, but I just it will take a longer time compared to normal conversations. Yeah. I think,
So you do understand a bit of Chinese then?
and yes,
A little bit.
just by listening to them.
Just by listening.
Xin chao. That's my favorite phrase.
So for you maybe the hardest part was, I guess, it was a bit of a language barrier, you would say,
At first,
at first. Yeah.
but yeah,
But now,
just now no more.
You got used to
so,
it.
yeah. How about in Sunway itself?
In
you
some way,
came-
KL
when you
is
came here?
different because people is, what to say, tend to speak in English more compared to Johor.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we-
Compared
do we
to
speak-
Johor?
The thing
I'm
is,
surprised that Johor has so many. you said majority Chinese students, right, from your school?
Yes.
That's quite interesting. I didn't know
That
that.
is actually very true. There's a lot of I mean,
Like, what school did you go to in Johor?
Sunway.
yeah,
Oh,
she went to
Sunway College.
Sunway.
Oh.
Sunway College.
She went to uni here. Yeah, makes sense.
The different why they are speaking more using English more here is because a lot of international student here and then a lot of
That's true.
race. Yeah, so it's not only majority is from Chinese.
Do
or
people
whatever.
mistake you as for being Chinese sometimes?
Oh
Malaysian
damn! Oh,
You
this is
do know
fun.
Chinese, I think.
People guess me from a lot of country, but not Vietnam.
Yeah. I
They
get
go,
what
oh,
you
are
mean.
you Chinese? Are you Korean? Are you Japanese? Are you Thailand? But they never ask, are you Vietnamese?
Oh.
I don't know why.
Which
but yeah.
which was like the probably the most out there country someone guessed.
I guess so.
Maybe Myanmar? Did someone guess you were Myanmar?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Did someone say you're Indonesia?
Indonesian?
Not really.
So it's
No. Wow.
Mostly Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thailand.
Wow, Korea.
talking about that, right? So V, you and I both went to the we went to Langkawi for the ASEAN
Oh, yeah, this-
Education
or
Roundtable.
you joined, I don't
Right.
know.
Oh yeah, you have no idea what
I have no
happened.
idea what happened. Yeah.
Right. So basically, we were from Sunway. We represented our respective countries. So V represented Vietnam. With a
I
few other
assume, I
people.
assume.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I represented Singapore. And there were only five Sunway students that were out of like 30, right? Around 30 students.
Around 30.
30-ish. So yeah, I guess it's a great time to bring it up because our whole segment is about different cultures. So how was your experience like at the Langkawi ASEAN?
I love it.
Round
It's very
table.
memorable. I mean, I have joined a lot of events here and there, but this is one of a very rare case where we still keep in touch, quite close until now.
Okay.
People were very friendly, and then my first time had Timor-Leste and Myanmar friends. Learned a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Timor-Leste. Wow. That's
So
quite
basically, it was the in ASEAN there is the 10 plus 1, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 1. Yeah, 10 plus 1, sorry. 10 plus 1 countries, and Timor-Leste will be officially in it after October. So right now they are in like kind of like a probation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they'll officially be in it in October. And then just for context for him, he has no idea what's going on. So in the whole bus, in the whole class that went, whole group that went, the 30-ish people, we're all from different countries. And
Formation.
yeah,
For ASEAN lah.
from ASEAN basically. So we got to meet, like what she said, we got to meet people from Myanmar, Timor-Leste. It's the first time that we became friends with different, it's a great opportunity to see
But no Malaysians, right?
our facilitators from Malaysia.
Yeah.
From EMGS.
It's like every ASEAN country except for Malaysia.
Except
stream?
for Cambodia.
Yeah, we
and
did have
Cambodia
Cambodia.
also. Why not?
Yeah. They couldn't find a
No
Cambodian.
Cambodian students in Sunway.
I think
Not
Sun-
only from Sunway.
Oh,
from
not
the
necessarily.
whole
Yeah. So
That's
the
most
students that went are all over like
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
They couldn't find one Cambodian
I
student.
have no idea. Southampton,
Yeah,
there
they
was
couldn't find one.
UCSI, APU.
It's
was
not.
Everyone.
I mean, should
should
be,
be,
but then
Yeah.
it's hard to reach out.
also
Yeah.
availability. I think this
Oh yeah.
it was a very last minute thing also. So they released the news. People applied. It was quite a fast process. Yeah, it was limited slots also.
Yes.
Mm.
But it's fun. Anyway, we're a bit early, but welcome to ASEAN, Timor-Leste.
Yeah, welcome to ASEAN, Timor-Leste. No, I don't know whether there's anyone from Timor-Leste listening, but
I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, so obviously you were there and you met so many students from different countries, really. So, like, how was that dynamic like between all of you guys? Like because all of you obviously different cultures, but was it okay in terms of like when you started to talk to each other, socialize? Did you notice any major differences?
Well, because it's a volunteering thing, so everyone is quite open to make new friends, and then they start to share a lot story about themselves, and then what they study and what their interests, and what about the countries and so on. So it was very easy for me.
Ooh, easy.
Yeah, for all of us.
no, genuinely, I think everyone was really
Very open, very friendly.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you would think that you would stick to your country people.
Was there another Singaporean join?
There was another one actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We are in the same, like, you know, usually you have your own groups. We are in the same group, but yeah, there was another Singaporean. There were quite a few Vietnamese people as well. You would expect that maybe if you go to this trip that you would just stick to your country people. But I guess I kind of saw and I observed that everyone was mingling around, talking to each other. It was a very nice and pleasant thing because you know, it's like you are in Malaysia, but you're not really in Malaysia because everyone is not Malaysian.
Yeah.
Yeah. V, maybe you can tell us about like maybe a highlight from Langkawi or your favorite parts of it.
Oh, my favorite part should be the CSR at the school. No, that is when we can mingle with a lot of Malaysians.
We met Malaysian kids.
Yeah, we met Malaysian kids.
You guys went to a Malaysian secondary school?
Went to two.
Two secondary
Two different
schools, yeah.
high schools, right? Was it high school or primary school?
Primary
Primary
school.
school. Primary school, sorry.
The kid is
They look quite short. Primary school.
What was the school called? There'll be a gift.
It was a complicated name.
for foreigner.
Yeah. Honestly, we don't remember, I think.
Okay.
We have pictures.
That's a primary school, you're quite sure, based on this one.
Yes, we went back to back. So we went to primary school 1, primary school 2.
And then the kid was so cute until like they waiting for us like very very early in the morning when we just like arrive and we have not even stepped down from the bus yet and then already stand like in the yard and then also a few of them on the stair whatever and waving for us and then giving her and then
it was such a nice pleasant experience because
I say these are the secrets of government school. You don't know, they probably forced them to do all this.
The kids strike that from the podcast.
If I was in that school, I would also be like, why am I doing
No, they
this?
were genuinely very, very nice. I think it's also because maybe the first school we met them the previous day and then they were doing the performance and we were cheering for them. So we already had like an establishment that we will see each other again. But the second school we have never met them before.
They still give us the same treatment.
And I think the games we played. I was the game coordinator and made the games. So the games were along with other people we made, it was about questions about ASEAN. And they are so good. So we had like a beta test with the facilitators, which is us.
Okay.
None of us got full marks in the own quiz that I made. I didn't even get full marks for the own quiz game show. Yeah. And the kids, we went to both schools and there was a team each that got full marks without cheating. They don't have ChatGPT, you know.
Wow.
They're not using their phones and they can get full
Clever
marks.
kids, yeah.
So we prepared like slides like which country is this from, and we'll show the flag and the location. And typically if you show it to anyone about ASEAN, not everyone can answer all the questions. But these kids, I don't know what training they went through, but they could identify every country. Where's Laos, where's Cambodia, where's Timor-Leste, where's Indonesia. If you ask maybe our university classmates, they probably won't.
We got a little bit short presentation before what? Introducing.
So I think when Naslin started the whole segment, right? She started
paying attention.
Yeah, they pay attention. But there was a few slides that we didn't, show before, and they could openly say it. So we actually prepared like gifts. Like whoever wants to raise their hand or answer what country this is, you get a gift. But then a whole cohort was really answering it. So we're like, okay, maybe not. So I was
smart kids, yeah.
Yeah,
They
very
are
very smart. Yeah. And they did very well with the pop quizzes and the English.
I want to do this quiz, John. You know.
We
you
can.
know I'm a bit of a geography.
Oh, next week, you can come back. We test him.
I'm a bit of a geography nerd. So
How much he gonna score?
Yeah, so there is gonna be 30 questions. Yeah.
I feel like I can do quite well. I don't know.
30 questions about all over.
Yeah.
Okay. He's confident. We'll show him next week.
Yeah, maybe. It'll be fun. Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe. Yeah.
Also, I think V, do you remember when after the second day, and then I think this might be a huge culture shock because I don't think I see this in Singapore, and I'm not sure about Vietnam, but the kids that we interacted with after we are done, they started asking for our signatures.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen that in my country.
What?
Like we were signing like autographs.
So
It's like we were like Song Hyun-min, you know. Yeah, we're just signing. What do you think about that, V?
I mean, I've been showered with love, I would say.
Yeah, never felt that much love.
Wow. Signature is kind of.
And then they even asked my number.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't ask for your Instagram. They don't ask for what. They ask for your signature and your number.
Quite rare. See, look at that. Pure innocent kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Educated well.
Huge-
It's
huge
good to know.
culture
It's good to know
shock.
that.
Yeah,
It's good to know that in
very
Langkawi
educated.
it's also like that. You know.
yeah, I do think in Malaysia there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of schools, a lot of opportunities for students or anyone to go and like volunteer and spread education about ASEAN, which is great.
I mean, like, okay, that signature is kind of like good to have. But I mean, what make me remember the most is like for the first school in my team, there is a girl. She very competitive, just as me. You can tell. And then at the end, we couldn't get a chance to win. Like yeah, and then she quite upset. So she didn't interact at much anymore, but it's just very normal, and I understand that. And then everyone
Wow,
is the
so competitive.
Because you get good prizes.
Okay.
and then at the end, right, she like after she calmed down, she come to me and then she say sorry if I say anything wrong or I didn't like
Wow.
I make you sad or whatever. Even I didn't.
These
feel
are
sad
primary
at all.
school kids, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then she
so
just
high
come to
EQ.
me and
Yeah.
then she say sorry if I did something wrong, and I told her that oh you didn't do anything wrong, but she say if in case, so she gave me a hug, and it was it's just like this kid is been well educated and
Core
then
memory now.
yeah, and then she really recall whatever she do, reflect about what she did, just to make sure that she do something right.
Wow.
Yeah. It's quite interesting what happened in Langkawi.
Yeah,
What an
anyway,
experience, yeah.
I think it would be like a whole 3 hours actually if we talk about everything that
Yeah.
happened in Langkawi. But
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are running out of time.
yeah, we are running out of time. But you learned a lot, Jin.
Yeah. So Joy, what's the biggest takeaway from
Well, the
today's talk?
biggest takeaway,
Yeah, questions
I
for
guess,
you.
don't limit yourself to you're in a new country. There's a lot of opportunities available, like this ASEAN Education Roundtable. You get to meet a lot of new people, not even Malaysians, other international students, and you learn a lot by these type of things. And yeah, why not just go for it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you put yourself in a new environment. Yeah.
All right. So V, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on our show
Thank
today.
you. We know
you
it's a
for
bit last minute, but thank you.
Yeah, but thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Actually,
Yeah, you
I
are
enjoyed the show.
you are our first and maybe last guest from Vietnam, maybe.
Yeah. We haven't had a Vietnamese
Yeah,
come.
so-
We had
I
like
can
Brunei,
introduce
Malaysians.
Yeah, maybe we can have
Yes.
more. But
Can ask Tuna to come.
yeah,
Yeah.
tuna.
Tuna, so Tuna.
Oh, tuna.
Our friend, Vietnamese friend.
So many Vietnamese friends.
Of course. Langkawi, guys.
Anyway, remember everyone, embrace your differences. You'll find a way through it.
No matter where you're from, learning to understand each other is what makes the whole experience worth it.
My name is Jin,
My name is Joy.
My name is Fee.
and this is Across the Causeway on Sun4U Radio. We're going for a short break, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with more.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits. You can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again. still burning. So hold me close, now baby. I do what I'm told, still learning to take my chances.
안녕하세요, 여러분. I'm Eunice, your host for Sunranghae. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good and healthy as usual, guys. The weather lately has been very hot, so I hope you guys stay hydrated as usual. Anyways, for today's Sunranghae, Wonu, the main rapper from 17, surprised Carrots with a new release single called Goge on his birthday, which is yesterday, the 17th of July. So you are probably wondering what's Goge, right? So Goge actually means a small hill in Korean where we must walk over even if it's a little tough sometimes. So honestly, after hearing the song for the first time, I think the song really gave me the energy and hope to continue getting through each day. And it's like more like a pit stop for listeners to take a rest and let out all their emotions, and the lyrics are the most powerful to me because I'm someone that can be healed by words. So personally, words are really powerful to me. So if I listen to the song and go through the lyrics right, I will probably cry. So yeah, although I'm not as surprised as others because Wonu did mention about there will be surprises here and there while he's out for servicing for military, but still show your love and support by streaming and sharing the song to your friends and close ones. Coming in hot, we have Jackson Wang and his album Magic Man 2 releasing on today, which will include 11 songs. Made Me a Man is my personal favorite after listening to all other songs, because my preference for songs nowadays are mostly R&Bs, soft and like slow songs to really slow down, and this song has met up all my criteria in exploring and listening to a new song. So if you haven't listened to the songs, you can stream it on all platforms now and tell me which song is your personal favorite. Okay guys, time for some drama shows for you guys to binge and wind down during the weekend. So today is actually the premiere for The Nice Guy. I don't know if you guys heard before. It's like the stars will be Lee Dong-wook and Lee Sung-kyung. So a little heads up for you guys if you are interested in watching noir drama. So noir drama is like where the protagonist or the main character is flawed and often morally compromised. If you like this kind of plot, so you can watch this show lah. So this drama is about the elder son in a gangster family of 3 generations who has a good heart, goes through ups and downs while trying to protect himself and keep his loved one safe. I personally watched the dramas separately from these 2 actors, so they both have different charisma. So Lee Dong-wook is like someone in like fantasy and mysterious, and then Lee Sung-kyung is someone is like very cute and lovely. So I'm very curious about like how their chemistry would be throughout the drama, so be sure to catch the premiere tonight. And that's a wrap for today's Sunranghae. So I hope you love diving into the hottest K updates and juiciest teas, beam straight from soul to your soul. But don't you worry, the K train keeps rolling. Join us next time on Fillet O Friday for more K culture vibes only on Sun4U Radio. Until then, annyeong!
You go, there's no way. I'm all I can't let you go, there's no way. I'm already so still burning. So hold me close, now young baby. I do what I'm told, still learning to take my chances, to take my time, to keep on dancing, to walk that line. Yeah, you got me shifting the paradigm, no longer wishing, you're my lucky strike. Love the way you ride, look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. $1,000,000 life, we could roll the dice, act like you surprised, but you already know. Oh yeah, got lucky overnight, jackpot when I got the invite. Let me wrap my arms around you, 'cause I can't go home without you. And my heart just vibe with you, babe. Wanna go sky high with you, babe. Gotta bring you close to tell you that you're my lucky strike. And I got to tell you, if you didn't know, then I got to tell you that you're my lucky strike. And I got to tell you, if you didn't know, then I got to tell you that you're my lucky strike. Cooler than cold, I'm all in. So load up the dice, so heavy. The way that you roll, I'm falling. So I never fall, I'm ready to take my chances, to take my time, to keep on dancing, to walk that line. Yeah, you got me shifting the paradigm.
Welcome back to Behind Closed Tabs, where sex education is real, inclusive, and actually useful. So, I'm your RJKK here, and we have our ever gorgeous.
Yes, hi guys, I'm Eunice.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. It's been a week.
Let's start with a big truth today. Today's episode gonna be fun, where sex education has failed LGBTQ plus students, and today we're gonna talk about beyond the binary and behind closed doors, LGBTQ plus and sexual health, and the most interesting part where BDSM 101, consent, control, and safe exploration is the main topic for today.
Yes.
So yeah, so Eunice, you know, in many classrooms, sex education is about boys and girls, and that's it. As we have mentioned like last week, you know.
Yeah, it's
Just
more
been
like a taboo.
Yeah,
topic.
taboo thing to have like LGBTQ plus and all. For whoever has not listened to our previous episode, please revisit our Sun4U official YouTube stream for the last week's episode.
Yep.
And yeah, please get the knowledge out there so that this is a continuation of from last week. Yep.
Yes.
So let's go.
So no mention of what?
Oh yeah, this part is like actually talking about no mention of queer relationships, non-binary bodies, or safe practices for anyone outside the straight size.com.
Yeah, a
So-
report show from GLSEN that less than 10% of students receive LGBTQ plus inclusive sex education.
Yeah. So here's what we should have learned, Eunice. What do you think about queer sex or unsafe sex? People always assume queer sex is
Oh.
unsafe sex. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
But why do I think like they assume it's safe sex when it comes to queer community?
Okay, among their community,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them, they are also another human being with feelings and emotions where they can have safe sex with each other. But generally in the community, in the society, people think that queer sex is unsafe. And people think that they carry a lot more diseases than what we normal like straight people are like kind of having. In sense that what I'm not trying to say that they are abnormal. They are normal as well. But the society brands them in such way. Yeah. So technically speaking, right, STIs like sexual transmitted diseases, they don't care about your gender or orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everyone
everyone is
get
equal, yeah.
not everyone will get how do I put it in
Like
a way?
they have the
Like,
risk.
you
Everyone
have-
is exposed
yeah,
to
yeah.
the risk. Like no matter you are a gay or lesbian or bi or pan or ace or trans,
Yeah.
everyone deserves the access to regular STI testing.
Yes, we've been mentioning this for I don't know how many weeks already.
Yeah, we
You
have been
need to-
constantly pushing on these safety precautions.
Yeah. So protection methods like dental dams, gloves, and condoms. It's like a precaution.
Yeah, exactly. And also like PrEP is also one of the prevention for HIV. And also there's the something called PEP, which is PEP. This is after exposure. So recently, if you guys have no idea about this, we Sunway University having our health week from 15th to 17th of July, which happened like for the past 3 days. So we had like exclusive HIV tests, hepatitis tests, and also we had all these
Did you win?
yeah, I did. When I did have a
Oh.
checkup, I did have myself tested for
How was
HIV and all.
The result?
Thankfully, it's negative though. Yeah. Luckily, I was actually waiting for the result. When the result was about to show, I was like, okay, please
Does
be
it
negative.
take
Please
long?
be negative. No, 10 minutes time.
Or 10 minutes
10
time
minutes time.
only.
So
Do they
technically,
take your blood or something?
yeah, they will take our blood. They'll just prick like they
The
will use our
index-
fingers
oh,
lah,
okay,
like
index
inside of the finger, and then they will just have the blood and they will test it like with their testing some materials and stuff. Yeah, they have their own medication equipments as well. So yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't take long time, guys. Just 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Then you
so-
can get you'll be safe, and then your partner also will be safe.
agree.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
please be aware what's happening at our campus. Yeah, so there are lots of events and these kind of health weeks are happening in Sunway University. So please check it out if you guys have not checked it out yet.
Yeah. And secondly, language equals to safety. So instead of assuming an anatomy like they are dressed provocatively, so they want sex, or they are my partner, so I don't need to ask. Because this due to familiarity, but you guys need to remember that consent is always ongoing, guys.
You know why I'm clapping? Because this has been something that we have been telling for weeks and weeks and weeks since the episode started, our show started. Yeah. Since episode 1, we have been constantly like pushing on the consent part. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and please don't assume things, guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
People have like their own freedom to dress.
Preference,
Yeah.
yeah.
So don't be open-minded, I think.
Yeah. Technically, don't judge. Don't be judgmental, guys.
Yeah.
It's 2025, and another thing is like, be kind to everyone. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So we never know what battles they are going through.
Yes. And instead of assuming, you should be asking, what words do you prefer for your body?
Yeah.
Is anything off limits or this?
Dysphoric, maybe.
Oh, what does that mean?
I think it's like something in as far as what I've known is like something like weird for them. Like you know what I mean?
okay.
Like
If
something
you
like
find,
pushing the limits kind of thing. Something like maybe the kinkiness is like up to a certain extent. Something.
it's like a
that,
next level. Then
Yeah,
you're
next level
I
thing
need-
lah. Off
Yeah.
off limit lah technically.
Mm.
So like, or you can also like sometimes you can also ask them, do you want to take it slow or you want to talk about it first? These kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, this question can make intimacy affirming instead of awkward or triggering, especially for trans and non-binary partners.
Exactly. Like they
They are humans too.
Yeah,
oh my god.
exactly. Yeah. So treat them equally, guys. That's the thing. Gender and sexuality are fluid, I would say. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to prove your identity through sex or what.
It's not a performance,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. It's not a performance. Exactly. Well said, Eunice. And exploration is valid. Waiting is valid. Choosing what feels right for you is also valid. So,
Sexual health is about more than body parts, guys.
Agreed,
It's about
agreed.
boundaries, emotions, as well as trust.
agreed. So let's make some space for conversations that include everyone, because sex education that excludes LGBTQ plus people isn't sex at all. Right?
Yeah.
So now, like,
Oh, we have some questions.
oh, do we? Wow.
Yeah. Are condoms 100% effective? Or what are some common mistakes people make when using them?
Okay, to be honest, right? As far because
I haven't used it.
come on, Eunice.
I don't know how to answer this
Oh,
question.
that was so cute of you to say that though. But yeah, like condoms are 99.9% safe as what they have been advertising throughout. It's only 99%. Even in the advertisement, they always advertise at 99% because there's always this 1% chance for the condom to not work or to not be effective, or maybe it can break and your sperms can get into the vaginal or uterus or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So some common people make mistake is like they think that condoms are 100% safe, like, you know, and when things turn the other way around.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Some people say that like double layer is more safe. What do you think?
Yeah. No matter how many layers you put, if the day chose you to have the baby or what, you're still gonna have it, man. Like it completely depends on. It's not only the safety part actually. Like people are like the mistake that people think is like they assume that condoms are 100% safe, but definitely it's not 100% safe. In sense that if you are ejaculating inside the vagina with or without condom, you are exposed to risk.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're exposed to risk. No matter.
But it can
10 layers
lower
of condom,
the
yeah.
risk lah.
Yeah.
Lower the risk from
Yeah,
getting.
you can actually reduce the risk, but not like completely like
it's not
demolishing the
guaranteed,
risk.
it's not
Yeah,
guaranteed,
exactly.
yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And also
some people doesn't know how to wear it though. So some people they just tear it while they're wearing it.
how?
Yeah, like for example, there are like for example, let's give an example of Durex Invisible condom. It's like a very thin skin layer kind of condom. So when they're wearing it, sometimes it tend to like tear apart. So
Wow.
be careful with what kind of condoms you are using. Sorry, disclaimer. I'm not like blaming Durex or what. It's about some people they don't know the way to use it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, how do you bring up boundaries and safe sex with a new partner? Wow, that's a very intriguing question. What do you think, Eunice?
How do I bring up boundaries?
Yeah.
Let me think. I think just say lah.
Talk communication. Is
Yeah,
the
just
key.
talk.
Yeah, we had like condom sensei. Wow, okay, thank you, brother Kelvin. Yeah, means a lot, man. Yeah, I take it as a compliment though.
Yeah.
So yeah, bringing up boundaries is actually like as we have mentioned, communication
If your partners respect you, they will know, like they will want to know what's your boundary.
Episode 6 or 7 is all about this topic, so please go and listen.
Yeah, and safe word
Yeah,
also.
we have answered this question there actually. And
Yeah.
also, what are some red flags or pressure tactics that people should look out for? Manipulation, of course.
Yeah.
Like people will.
Sometimes like you're not saying no, but your body is like rejecting it.
Yeah.
You yourself must need to know that.
Must realize it.
Yeah.
And also, people will say so many things, technically so many nonsenses to get in their way with you. So
Yes,
please
be careful,
assured.
guys.
Yeah, be assured. Be firm about the no. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And yep.
Okay.
Carrying on with our next segment.
Yes. Thank you for the questions.
Yeah, thank you for the question, guys. Means a lot. And Condom Sensei, wow, I like that. I'm gonna take the title though. Yeah. So BDSM 101, consent, control, and safe exploration. Let's talk about BDSM.
I actually have some question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what is your first impression about BDSM?
I would say it's about exploring the sexual activities to another level. Yeah, because BDSM technically means bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, and masochism. So this is what makes it sounds intense. But at its core, right, BDSM is about consent, communication, and trust. It's like another level of sexual exploration that we could kind of
Explore.
get the feel with it. Like some people they prefer BDSM as we have mentioned, right? Different bodies work differently, different mentality, different mindset works differently. So it completely depends on how you are exploring yourself and what are your sexual preferences, I would say. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, right, I think I don't know, maybe it's just my first impression.
Okay.
Is it all about just pain?
No, not really. BDSM is like pain with pleasure, I would say. So like as I've mentioned, some people they prefer BDSM because they want the pleasure that comes together with the pain. And it is technically like a mini play that they kind of stage it up and they kind of like technically they will have fun with their partner in a very I wouldn't say abnormal, but I would say in a very in their own way, you can say,
in their
own way. Yeah,
It's
to put it in the better
their
words.
chemistry.
Yeah, their chemistry. Because every BDSM it starts before the bedroom. That's the thing. It starts with a negotiation. So partners talk about what they want to try, what are the sexual interests or what are the desires they have that they want to explore around with. So what's the off limits? Obviously you should have like your safe words. We have talked about safe words as well. Kelvin, what does BDSM stands for? As I've mentioned just now, BDSM stands for bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, and masochism. This is what BDSM stands for. And
How
to
does-
answer your other question, what was
How
it?
does one know if they like BDSM? How does one know?
Okay, like
I think we-
if you have the if you have the desire, if you have the urge to try and all, right, so this is technically trial and error. And if your partner does not like it, you should stop. You should have a communication. That's what we are coming for.
Yeah.
Like what they want to try, what's the off limits. Have some safe words with your partner. What to do if someone wants to stop, as what you've mentioned here. So communication is the key. And if your partner does not like it, please
Respect.
your
their
partner's
decision.
preferences as well, because they might like it now, but they might not like it now. But we never know what and when it will change. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So Kelvin again. Well, I like this guy, man. Like awesome, man. Awesome. You are giving amazing content to us. So can you talk about the perception of BDSM changing in media and pop culture media over time, like 50 Shades of Grey? What do you think, Eunice? Start from your opinion.
Okay, I've watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's like very pain.
Okay.
I think the media shows like the perception of BDSM is like very intense,
Yeah.
and also like very not a normal person will do.
Exactly. Like they sometimes tend to over exaggerate what BDSM is, as what you watch in pornography as well.
Yeah.
So pornography is like technically they are professional actors who are performing the BDSM, so-called BDSM, without any because all those are scripted, as you know. Pornography is scripted. So please do not get influenced by pornography. Everything you watch on pornography is fake. It's completely fake. Nothing is real there.
They are professionals.
Yeah, they are
you need
professional.
to keep this in mind.
It's like having a movie. Let's say Christopher Nolan is making Oppenheimer, and it's like, you know, it's a movie and it's not real though. Like whatever it's happening in the movie set and all, it's just like some miniatures, or they just use CGIs and stuff. Same thing goes to pornography as well. They are like just performing, they're acting it out, like, you know.
Yeah.
And we never know how many takes they take to make the take okay and all. Yeah, and editing, like all this post production also has been involved. So everything is fake. Talking about BDSM once again, about the media and pop culture, right? I feel like not every media and not every platform is portraying it in a proper manner, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. They
They tend to misconvey the like what BDSM is actually.
yeah. Okay. Let's
we
get
have
back to our
Yeah, let's get back to our topic again. Yeah, we have quite sorry, man. So we have talked about safe words last week. Please go and listen to our last week episode. And we have one more question from Kelvin as well. What is aftercare and why is it considered so important in the BDSM context? Okay, what is aftercare? For this, we have talked like a whole episode on aftercare.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be in episode 5 or 6. So
I talk about like you need to be.
it's like a whole half an hour episode only on aftercare. So please go and listen it, guys, if you guys are like free, and please tune in. And why is it considered so important in the BDSM context? Because after BDSM consumes a large amount of energy and large amount of
The mentality also.
Emotionally it's taxing, and physically it's also taxing. So you have to have like a proper aftercare in order to get the intimacy right in the right manner.
Yep.
So that because at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel loved. Like everyone want to be loved.
And cared.
Yeah, and cared. So give that to your partner, even though you are carrying out the BDSM session. Give that to your partner as well. Yeah, like give the aftercare to your partner.
Just
Still
give
make sure
them a
that you love. Yeah,
hug,
hug, reassure. Yeah,
cuddling,
exactly.
a kiss.
Well said. Thank you, Joy. Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one, trust is way bigger than intensity. BDSM isn't about pain or dominance, as we have mentioned, for its own sake. It's about.
It's about exploring vulnerability, building intimacy between you and your partner through a power play, and feeling safe while giving up or taking control.
Agreed, Eunice.
Whether it's tying someone up, okay,
Okay.
or just using a blindfold,
Wow,
what matter is that everyone involved is fully informed, willing, and respected.
Exactly, that matters.
Don't
the
treat
most.
people like animal lah.
Yeah, exactly. You're not
Yeah.
animals to act on what you feel like doing.
Yes.
You have to think before acting. That's why we are humans with 6 senses. Yeah.
Yep. And aftercare matters, guys.
Yeah.
After a BDSM
We have
scene.
talked about aftercare. You know, like to answer, to further explain like what Calvin have asked recently. We can also like cuddle or checking in emotionally, offering water, a blanket, or reassurance. You're talking about food, remember?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry is like one of the best keyword though. Like best word.
Wanna go
Yeah.
eat, mama?
So it technically oh my god, okay. She's relating about the previous episode we were talking, yeah.
Okay.
And then it also helps everyone reconnect and reset, especially after intense sensations or role play that you have been carrying out in BDSM. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
If you're curious about kink, don't rush into kinks, okay? Read, learn, talk to your partner.
yeah, communication is always ongoing and start with soft things like teasing, light control,
Well said.
blindfolds,
Well said. Oh my god.
and always
You
use
are
your
really interested in
words,
the
guys.
blindfold.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, especially the safe ones for
Yeah.
the words. Okay.
correct. And I think we have talked enough about BDSM and LGBTQ plus, because LGBTQ plus has been a continuous episode. Like part 1 was last week and this is part 2 actually.
Yeah.
So 2 consecutive episodes we have talked about LGBTQ plus. Obviously there are a lot more to talk about it, but since we have time constraint, we can only cover a bit of it. Please go and have your research properly, guys, and don't trust everything
Don't
on social
assume
media.
things. Yeah.
Social media is an illusion.
And don't trust the
Nothing is-
media.
Yeah, exactly. They are illusion. They over exaggerate at times. So,
I think people tend to like believe it because they don't expose
yeah,
more
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
about
So,
this.
I would say
area.
coming out is also one of the thing that the LGBTQ plus community should be more firm about. Like they have to come out and be.
But they
bold,
can
like,
choose,
yeah.
I think. Like
Yeah.
they can choose whether it's their time to come out.
Yeah, when is their time to come out?
Yeah.
Agree. So we have talked about inclusion and intensity today, guys. Whether you're discovering your identity, navigating queer health, or exploring kink, it all comes down to
Concern,
exactly.
curiosity,
Well said.
and care.
Yeah, that's the thing. And
This
as-
is Behind Closed Tabs,
where
shame ends and real sex
education
begins.
Good one. We did it together, man.
Can we do it together?
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Again.
1, 2, 3.
This is Behind Closed Tabs, where shame ends and real sex education begins.
That sounds good, man.
Okay.
Yeah. And please drop us your anonymous questions at our Instagram handle. Mine at IamKishanKK_. And our official handle is
Sun4U official.
yes, at Sun4U official on Instagram.
Yeah.
And stream this and every episode on Sun4U official YouTube stream as well.
Yeah, but
And
remember, guys, your body, your choice, your story, your boundaries. Until next time, be loud, be proud, and be safe.
thank you so much. Stay tuned, guys. This is your RJ KK here, and
This is Eunice.
all right, stay tuned. Bye.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
She got a body like a goddess, and she talks so sweet. It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be everything she needs if she let me get on it. Yeah. So come here, baby, listen close, hold me tight, don't let me go. Girl, you know that I'ma want you all my life. But I got so much left to do, except for falling in love with you. So I'ma let you keep me up another time. But please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Baby, please don't stay the night. I'ma do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Ooh, don't stay the night. but you're the finest of them all. Make me lose my self-control. All I wanna do is make you feel alright. You drive me crazy, turn me on, and that's the reason I'ma let you go. Cause you and I both know that we can't keep it quiet. So please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Please don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Oh, don't stay the night. Don't try to turn it to a fight. You know I love you by my side. Just don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on day dreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on.
Every minute, forests the size of 30 football fields disappear. That's habitats lost, species gone, and our planet gasping for air. But you can turn the tide, support sustainable products, demand deforestation-free policies. Together, we can rewrite time. Act now. Our forests can't wait. Hashtag Save the Wild by WWF.org.
That's the sound of a world falling silent. Every day, species vanish forever. But extinction isn't just their loss, it's ours. We can't bring back what's gone, but we can save what remains. Stand with WWF to protect endangered species before the music stops. Act now at WWF.org. Together we can keep Earth's symphony alive.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sun4U, the show where facts are fun, knowledge is ever present, and not any and all questions, and any and all questions are welcome. So put your brain caps and warm up your seats because it's time for trivia.
Woo!
Oh yes, Joy is with me today. Yeah.
Yes.
I forget sometimes I don't do this show alone. Sometimes I forget it.
You don't
normally I have a
introduce your
Joy.
friend.
Oh, Joy is here. You all know Joy. It's
Yeah.
Joy's Joy.
Joy.
Now, Joy, today's episode, we're going to be rolling back the clock because it is time for history.
Yeah.
But more specifically on Malaysian history.
Ooh.
If you guys were listening earlier, you would have heard my special segment with Dr. Sandra Manicum, who is a specialist she's currently doing some research into the history of Malaya and the Japanese occupation. So I thought for today's episode, I can sort of bounce off that and sort of talk about Malaysia history.
Okay,
So,
smart.
Joy, how much do you know about Malaysia history?
I do know the Singaporean side of it. I wasn't born and raised here. I wasn't educated about it, but I do try my best to read up on it. Which I have some questions for you later.
Of course, you always do. So, when I was doing some research on this, and because Malaysia history is so broad and so it can be divided into so many sort of timelines. There is the you go back in 1,000 years. There was Malacca and the original settlements, and then you got Malaya, the Malay states under the British colony. There's a lot of things happening. And then after independence, so history is quite a loose term in today's episode, but I tried to find 3 of the most interesting facts from the more modern Malaysia history, I would say.
What's the definition of modern?
Let's say after independence, after the 1957 independence.
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds
you're not wrong.
very doubtful of that. So I think let's begin, Joy. So the first one. This is quite interesting. So did you know that Malaysia had 2 independent days?
Yes, I know this.
Do you know this?
Yeah, I did some ASEAN research, remember, with the previous segment.
Oh.
So it was something that was
Was this
brought
one
up.
of the questions?
Yeah, it's not one of the questions. We
Oh.
took it out because it was too difficult for the kids.
I don't think it's too difficult. So, for those who don't know, our official independence from the British Empire was August 31st, 1957. So we call that Independence Day. But for Malaysians, we all know we have something called Malaysia Day, which is on the 16th of September. But it's referring to on the 16th of September 1963, Malaysia was formed with Sabah, Sarawak, and of course at the time Singapore as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I know.
But I think Singapore left about 2 years after this, right?
1965 specifically, August 9th. That's our independence. So in our definition, independence is actually we leave Malaysia. and become
Oh, so wait,
independent.
that's Singapore's official
Yes,
independence.
correct.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's our
Do
perspective.
you guys recognize September 16th?
It's not something that it's like, as talked about other than the August 9th, but that is common knowledge.
Even in Singapore.
It is
Oh.
common knowledge, but it's not really as emphasized as the August 9th. Which National
it
Day is
makes
coming for
sense,
us.
yeah.
So, yeah.
It's interesting that both our countries have Independence Day in August.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
like consecutive, like August 9 or
Yeah,
August
well, it's the
31.
August 31st. But that's interesting that we technically had two Independence Day. I understand like the first one was just independent from the British Empire. I'm pretty sure we were still called Malaya. Malaysia, the name was probably only formed in 1963. And fun fact about September 16th, it's actually the anniversary date of my parents' wedding.
Oh wow, so it's easy for you to remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, they've always told me this story, like they didn't know it was Malaysia Day. But I was like, that's impossible. How could you not know it's Malaysia Day? So it was so I don't know why they chose that day specific, but I guess it's just a coincidence. I
So
think.
do you have like two separate festivals for both Independence Days? Because for Singapore, on every August 9th, you have a National Day Parade.
The National Day Parade is held on August 31st. September 16th is just a public holiday in Malaysia.
I see. So
It's just, nothing really happens on that day. It's just,
Okay, it's just a public
we
holiday.
recognize 1957 as our official Independence Day.
okay.
So that's why we count Malaysia from 1950 as the age of the country. So this year would be 68 years old, but 68? Oh my god, did I do math? Yeah, 68 years old. I
You
can
guys
do
are
math.
8 years older than Singapore.
Yeah. In a way, we're a young country, but again, Malaysia has a rich history. We were, of course, the Malaya before that, and even more before with the Malacca, and that all the a lot of things happened basically. So yeah. Anyway, talking about national days, one thing that always happens on Independence Day, I mean the parades are you always sing a lot of songs, right, Joy?
Yeah, we do have a lot.
Yeah,
we have different songs every
I
year.
think Malaysia songs are better. You do.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
You heard some of us. You heard some of our songs. We sing about everything. We sing about our
Yeah.
flag. We sing about everything.
You guys were playing songs on the car.
Yeah, once. Yeah, you heard all the types of
Yeah, I
I guess
heard a lot.
national anthems.
Really nice songs though.
But do you know that our national anthem was actually originally based on a Perak state anthem called Allah Lanjutkan Usia Sultan.
What does that mean in English?
I forgot what Lanjutkan means. Usia Sultan means the age of the Sultan.
Okay.
So I don't want to translate it just in case I get it wrong. But yeah, Allah is obviously Allah.
Okay, I understand.
Lanjutkan is hard to explain the word. I don't remember what it means really. So yeah, but that's interesting because the Selangor state anthem goes something like, it's the same lyric, Allah lanjutkan usia tuanku. But I guess in Perak they sing usia Sultan. But yeah, apparently our national anthem, the Negaraku, is based on that, which that song was actually based on a popular 19th century French melody called, I might butcher this, La Rosalie.
Oh, I do know this song.
What?
Yeah,
You know this song?
Yeah, La Rosalie. I mean, I probably pronounce it wrong
Yeah,
as well,
probably
but
pronounce-
it's a
probably-
famous French
it's probably
melody.
La Roselle.
Rosalie.
But I feel like that makes so much sense given France's history with their own revolutions and stuff. They're always known for their revolutions,
That's the French Revolution has
French
shaped
Revolution, yeah.
the world.
And obviously there was a famous play, Les Miserables, based on a little, like a small revolution. Like it wasn't like the main revolution. It's based on something like that, lah. Right? Yeah, but it just, I don't know, just kind of interesting that our national anthem came from France, which it feels like it makes makes sense in a way.
Because of the French history.
Yeah, I don't know. They are because of their own history as well.
Well, Singapore's national language is English, but our national anthems in
Malay.
Malay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it goes back to the origins of your country.
Yeah, I wonder what the Singapore one is based off. Did you guys create?
Modular Singapura.
Yeah.
Well, it was created by I forgot his name, but created by a Malay dude.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and just history. I'm actually not sure whether there was a lot of backlash about it being Malay, but at that time when it was like kampong times, right?
Probably
everyone
not.
could speak Malay.
Yeah, probably not.
So probably not. I'm not very well versed about the origins of the national anthem, but I do know that it's in our social studies textbook. They do talk about it.
Majulah Singapore. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a nice song.
I mean, of course you would say that, Joy. I mean, you're
No, it's
saying-
like the lyrics are good. It's like nah, Jela, Singapore. You know, it's
don't
just
even know
a
what
catch.
it means, Joy.
Onward Singapore.
You know, I mean, like the
Okay.
lyrics, the actual lyrics of the
Like
song.
every day in school, they would play the video at the front, and there's subtitles.
Ooh.
So
Wow, subtitles.
yeah, there's always
That's
subtitles
quite
at the
funny.
front. Yeah,
That's quite funny.
Every day
You
of
guys
my
need
school life.
subtitles for that. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a subtitle for Negaraku. It's just
Really?
Negaraku.
Yeah, we have
There's no
subtitles.
such thing as subtitles
really
for
funny.
that song. Okay. You learn something new every day. Right now, this last fact, I think this is one of the most interesting ones I found.
Okay.
When I was researching, I saw this and I was like, I feel like I have to include it, even though it's technically not really a history thing. It's more of an archaeology thing. But listen first. Okay, so the Perak Man, as he was nicknamed, it was the oldest ever complete human skeleton found in Malaysia.
like a human body.
Human skeleton.
Okay, human
now,
skeleton.
listen to this. It was roughly estimated to be 11,000 years old.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how long ago that is? That's like
That was
11,000.
that was
It's like maybe
before Christ.
9,000 BC.
Okay.
So what that is like way before the pyramid.
And how
the
did they
pyramids.
find this? And when did they find this?
Well, it was discovered in 1991 in the Lenggong Valley of Perak by Professor Zuraina Majid, and her team.
So it's an archaeology team.
It's an archaeology team. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not quite a history fact, but I think it's quite interesting that they found a human skeleton that is 11,000 years old. Because I think how rare is that? Because that is very old.
That is okay. I guess there are a lot of remnants in the world, but finding that, was it by chance or is it just they were like actually trying to find something?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
It's okay. We can fact check this later.
I'm not sure, but presumably they were probably scouting out the place to probably. I'm gonna guess maybe they're trying to do a new development, so they needed to scout out the place anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's usually how it.
I'm not
how
sure where
it
the Lenggong
happens.
Valley in Perak actually is. Never heard of this valley, to be honest. Maybe it's more outskirts. Maybe that's why. But yeah, they believe that the skeleton belonged to a male, estimated to be about it's pretty short actually, 157 cm.
Oh, really? That's actually quite close to me.
Is that your height, Joy?
No, I'm 154.
And aged around 40 to 50 years at the time of his death, which is actually quite old if you think about it. Because 11,000 years ago, to reach like 40 and 50 is actually really, really old. Most people, I think, because of the lack of access to any type of healthcare last time, like or at all really,
Our
people lived about 30 years
lifespan
old.
has
Yeah.
increased so much over the years.
So like whoever this person was, Mr. Perakman must have lived a pretty lavish life back then. I don't know what kind of
40, 50 years old.
But that speaks a lot about the history of the land itself. Like what was he in? I never really learned about what was Malaya back then or Malaysia back then. 11,000 years ago, the history. You learn about the ancient civilizations. Mesopotamia, in Indus, China.
Yeah.
I'm missing one. Egypt, I think is the other one. I think I missed.
I
Who
forgot.
did I miss? I missed one more, but. Those date back pretty far, but 11,000 years, I think is also really, really long ago.
11,000 is a very long. Okay.
The pyramids of Giza were, I think, roughly 5,000 BC. This is like 9,000 BC.
Back
like
then, when they
4,000.
don't have like technology or like proper record keeping, it's
Yeah.
really hard to understand. Like even right now, we have no idea why the Egyptians have pyramids. No one knows why. They're just there.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
like,
there's a lot of guesses why, but
yes.
but yeah, it's crazy. This Perak man was just found.
Just found.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about it today.
Also
11,000.
amazing that the scientists can find out it's 11,000 years old. I don't know how they do it, but
Through
it's their
like, the
job.
bone density.
Yeah, something like that.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So yeah, that's an
very
interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joy. I think it's time.
Oh, it's my time now.
Yeah,
where
it's
I
time.
ask you 3 questions that
So,
I
yeah.
think you won't be able to answer.
So yeah, for today's show, I'm gonna get quizzed on Malaysia's history. Now I don't know what kind of questions Joy actually came up with because
They're quite difficult.
again it's pretty broad when I say Malaysia history. So we'll see. I hope I can answer them. But yeah,
Okay, so I'll give you like the context of the question.
I need
to
context.
help
Why do
you.
I need context?
Okay,
Oh
so
my
question
God.
1. It's about the Malayan Union crisis. Do you know what that is?
Oh my God. Do I know what that is?
Okay, this is why you need context.
Give me some context.
Okay,
Joy,
so
yeah.
background. After World War II, the British proposed the Malayan Union to streamline governance.
Okay.
It would centralize administration and make it easier to manage the colony, but it caused major unrest. Okay.
Alright.
So the question is, what was the main reason the Malays opposed the formation of the Malayan Union? Do you want it open-ended or MCQ?
Can I try to answer first? And
Okay, yeah.
If
you
I answer
can.
completely
Then
wrong,
if not,
then-
I'll give you options.
because I think I might know the answer.
Okay, what's the answer?
I think the Malay people were afraid that they will lose power, especially the Sultanate, something like that.
Oh, you're actually right.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, he's
Oh.
right.
Wow.
That was
Oh my
actually correct
God.
answer. It was C. The Malayan Union would have stripped the traditional Malay rulers of their political power, making them symbolic figures only. It also proposed an automatic. This is very quite important. It proposed an automatic citizenship for non-Malays, especially Chinese and Indians who were born in Malaya and had lived there for a few years.
Oh, I see.
And this alarmed the Malay population because,
Wow.
they would fear the political. They were fearing the political dominance, led to many massive protests, the birth of UMNO,
Yes.
and ultimately.
We call them UMNO, Joy.
UMNO. Oh, sorry, UMNO. And it
UMNO.
was scrapped in 1948, and that is the year of. Was that the year of your independence? Let me
No,
fact.
1957.
Oh, sorry.
48
That was
years
before.
old
Yeah,
long.
before your
Yeah,
independence.
I do remember. I think I know the answer because I do remember learning this in my Sejarah textbook last time in Form 4, Form 5. Yeah, I remember. I heard about the Malayan Union before. That's why I was like kind of familiar. But I know the story is something like that. That at that time they wanted to strip all the royalty of their power, basically. Yeah.
So that was scrapped. So
It was proposed and immediately scrapped after
Yeah,
like
to-
3 years. I
so
think
many
1948.
protests.
So
So yeah, there's a lot of people that talk about it and debate
Yeah.
about it. What would have been Malaysia been like if it was actually passed? But that leads to question 2.
okay.
Okay,
Oh
it's
my
a chronological order.
God. So far, I'm 1 for 1 technically. So I'm okay.
Yay, 1 for 1. Defederation of Malaya, 1948. Okay, question
Oh
2.
my God.
Background.
Okay.
After the failed Malayan Union, the British and the Malay leaders negotiated for a new plan that would respect Malay rights and still move forward towards unity and eventual self-governance. What did the Federation of Malaya Agreement 1948 aim to do? You want it open-ended or MCQ?
Oh, I think I have to be MCQ for this.
Okay. A. Prepare Malaya for independence in 1949.
Okay.
B. Bring Sabah and Sarawak into the Federation.
Okay.
C. Restore the position of Malay rulers and revise citizenship laws. And D. Promote trade with Singapore.
Most likely C, isn't it?
Okay, C is restore the position of Malay rulers and revise citizenship laws.
Yeah.
This is correct. Wow, you're 2 for 2.
I'm so smart, please.
So, context. The Federation of Malaya Agreement 1948 replaced the Malayan Union because it restored the authority of the Malay Sultans and tightened citizenship requirements, which addressed the concerns of the Malays and what they were
okay.
protesting
Yeah,
about.
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, although it was still the British protectorate, this agreement was seen as a compromise that respected the special position of the Malays while still working towards the united Malaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is a huge part of Malaya.
Okay. 2 for 2.
Two for
Is
two.
the last question related as well?
Uh,
Or have you just gone off the rails for the last one?
it is related because of chronological
Oh
order,
my
but it's not
God.
entirely
Okay.
okay. So question
These
3.
are hard questions, Joy. My
Yeah, you
God.
wanted it hard, right?
Yeah, but these are really
But you are
hard.
2 for 2, so you should be
Yeah.
happy. Okay, number 3. Rising tensions and the emergency. That's the context. Post-war, economic struggles and political instability created fertile ground for communism.
Yes, okay.
Okay. For context for everyone, Malaysia is a democratic country. The Malayan Communist Party (MCP), led by Chin Peng, do you know him?
Yes, heard of him.
Okay, started the guerrilla warfare to push out the British and form a communist state.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
I read about
Okay,
this.
okay.
Yes.
So, question is, what triggered the declaration of the Malayan emergency in 1948?
In 1948?
Yes.
What triggered it?
Yes, what triggered the declaration of the Malayan emergency in 1948?
Do I get options for this?
Okay, yes you do.
Yes, I do. Okay, great.
A. A communist uprising in Singapore.
Okay.
B. The assassination of 3 British plantation managers in Perak.
Ooh.
C. The formation of UMNO.
Okay.
D. The withdrawal of Japanese forces. So which triggered the declaration of the Malayan emergency in 1948?
What's the first option?
A communist rising in Singapore.
I think A. I think that makes sense, right?
Are you gonna lock in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense, right?
The communist uprising in Singapore is not the answer to what
Is it
triggered.
B then?
The answer is B, but you're wrong from the start. So it's your 2 for 3, okay?
Well, yeah, I got it. I got the second try.
Yeah.
I thought it may be the second.
Well, the answer is B, the assassination of 3 British plantation managers in Perak. For context, for viewers out there, June 1948. 1948, 3 British planters were killed in Sungai Siput, Perak, since we talk about Perak today a lot. This sparked a harsh response from the colonial government, who blamed the communists and declared the state of emergency. This led to a 12-year conflict known as the Malayan Emergency. Did you know about that?
Yeah, that one. I knew.
Involving guerrilla warfare between the British Commonwealth forces and the MCP. It was a major event in Malaya's history and shaped its path towards independence. So we're talking about
Wow, that's
the
quite,
Federation of Malaya.
That's a lot, yeah.
The Federation of Malaya in 1948, the rising tensions and the emergency also from the Malayan Communist Party in 1948. So a lot of things happened in 1948.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a really difficult. That's probably the most difficult question so far. But anyway, Joy, we are unfortunately out of time. So
unfortunately.
yeah, that is all for this week's rendition of Sun4U. Tune in next week. Hopefully next week. Hopefully I'll be back for more facts that will walk your mind. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know, Joy. Now, anyway, that is all for this week's broadcast. Oh no, yeah. So yeah, again, guys, tune in next week to feast on more talks, giggles, and music here at Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Sun4U Official for more content such as this.
Sun4U_official.
Okay, underscore. And with that, everyone, have a nice day and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Never thought I'd believe in miracles. You made me realize that you're the only one. Don't need to tell me what the future holds. Oh, I'll be fine, 'cause we'll be laying in the sun. So you can let your head down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. Oh, I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I've seen your smile light up the darkest rooms. I'll put your love on top, 'cause I know you will too. You get more beautiful like flowers bloom. I've never felt this yet, it feels like deja vu. So you can let your head down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't